What are you doing inside my base? Yo, bro is vibing. What is he doing? Let me give you some freedom. Oh no, I just trapped him. Yeah, okay. You're free. Bro is so depressed. Be free! Oh, he's gone. Okay, anywho, Avasti everyone, Guido here, and welcome to Minecraft, where today we're gonna do some cheeky contraption, where we're gonna make a Zaza farm, basically. Yeah, not the most typical type of video, but my name is Guido, come on man. You've gotta have one at least for the funsies. And insert link over here. I just basically saw a short where some guy was just running like this around the Zaza farm, and I said, wow, this is so stunning. I mean, the build looks so nice. You know, when you see a build so nice that you say, hey, I need to build that. And so, yeah, I went on ahead and painstakingly went through the 20-second video and recreated it. Now the dimensions were very hard to figure out, but in the end I think I did a pretty good enough job. Hopefully you'd like it at least. And I don't know why, but it doubles as a cat farm. If you look down there, it's even further down there, but I have a Squid Game type of build, and yeah, I don't know why. Because of it, it just spawns some cats in the corner of my farm. You're gonna see how. But anywho, let's just jump straight into the design. So we have a basic drop with some ladders, or you can put some twisting vines or some weeping vines, whichever you'd like, a lever and a trapdoor if you'd want, and a button as well in case you have this habit just like me where you just sometimes just flick the lever. And yeah, this is what I mean by it doubling as a cat farm. Yeah, they're just spawning in the corner, I don't know why. Anywho, that's why I have this raw code with me. Look at all of them. And before we get into the build, here is a mirror to reflect on your life choices. But before that, here's how you make the mirrors, and I'd also link that in the description, the credit to who deserves it. We're gonna start off with some basic redstone, where in quotations, this is probably your first ever video where you hear somebody say basic redstone, and it's actually that. So a lever, redstone going from behind it, powering this block and the one below it, which would power
Adrian.
Can I speak? Which in turn it would power these two pistons. Now with that done, we can get into the build properly. So this is a very small tunnel leading into a wall and then into the build itself. So it would span 3 blocks, that's this small tunnel, and then we're within the wall, which is spanning 2 blocks in, and then from this 6th block we're gonna enter the build properly. How do you say 6th? I don't know, man. Anywho, this is a small design I cooked up for the entrance. You can do whatever you want, you can have more intricate designs. This is what I came up with, but anywho, let's get into the build properly. So from this central block, you'd wanna go 17 blocks to the right, 17 to the left. Including this one, it would make it 35. 17 with 17, 34, and with 1, 35. And then including this one, you'd want to go 18 more. Including this one, it would be 35 by 19. And for the height, you'd want to reach for 5 blocks high. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Starting off from this central block, you want to go 1, 2, and then you'd want to start with some lanterns, leaving 1 space between them, for a total of 8 lanterns. So if we go from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And that's basically, you're gonna copy it to the other side. And basically that have a 3 block gap between them. From the central one, we'd wanna go 1, 2, 3, and on the 4th one, we're gonna put a 2 block high glass pane. And then from this glass pane, you'd wanna span it all the way around with banners, white banners. And you'd want to make sure that you synchronize the white banners with that other side, because on corners you can only have one of them. And then above the banners you can put some lanterns. For me, I changed the corners where I placed some chiseled quartz, and basically this build will need quite a lot of quartz and quite a lot of iron. For the quartz, maybe you can have like a mason villager to the max, and then they would start selling quartz pillars and whatnot, and so that's a good source for it. For the iron, I guess you've got to make quite a lot of iron farms. And now to properly enter, starting off from the second block, you'd want to go one singular block and then look straight up. You're gonna place a black concrete and then a vent that leads into our room, just so to give an illusion of the air escaping somewhere, or the fumes, the dank fumes. And so from the lantern we'd wanna have a 1, 2, 3 block space between it and the podzol, which would be elevated by 1 block. And this podzol would span from 1, 2, 3 up until 10 blocks. And we'd want to have 4 rows of podzol. Now between each row you'd want to have 1, 2 and 3 blocks between them, as you can see. And about the cauldrons, I didn't count them in the space between them. And as for the cauldrons, you'd want the first half to gravitate to the wall nearest to them, and the second half to gravitate also to the wall nearest to them. So the 2 on here would gravitate to the right, the 2 on here to the left. Not very hard to follow. And then straight up in the middle, you'd want to cut it with some lanterns. It's still 3 blocks wide. And you can do different designs. I could take off the second one, whatever design you'd want. He's indifferent. Anywho, you'd want to surround this by dark oak trapdoors. And so now for the more intricate parts. Going off from 1 block off of the podzol, that was a mouthful, try and say that 10 times in a row quickly. You'd want to drop just a single chain and a slab connecting to it. And then off of the chain, you're gonna go 10 iron trapdoors off of it, which would synchronize with the podzol. And then on it you're gonna place some levers pointing towards each other and some end rods between them. And that's basically it. It's very, very simple. Now for some additional vents, it's not quite centered since those are 10 blocks. I go off of the 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. I go off the 5th one and make it 2 blocks wide on each side, and in the middle I just make it 1 block. And everything that I say right now, you're just gonna mirror it on the other side. It's basically the same. And for some additional end rods, you're gonna place a lever over here and another over there and just connect it. Note that they won't synchronize. As you can see, this gray part is sticking to this end rod, and it doesn't have the gray part on this side. Well, on the other side it would have it. And so just, if we go over here, you can see it. So yeah, don't get too fussed up about it. It's not too much of an issue. I mean, let's look at the entire picture instead of just focusing on 1 pixel. And in the middle of these 2, you're gonna run 1 through it. In the middle over here, it should line up perfectly. And between these 2, I didn't put an end rod line straight in the middle because we have some lanterns for flavor. So yeah, that's for the build itself. And yeah, now we only need one last thing, which is over here at this back wall over here. We want to have a 7 block wide space inside the wall as a tiny display of the super Zaza, or I don't know what the guy was doing in his own video. And basically it's... And basically we're gonna have a 3x7 room behind the wall, because this display would be counting as part of the wall. And we're gonna have a singular central dark oak sapling with the podzol as the ground and some sandstone as some nice trimming, and maybe some sand above it. I just added those banners because I don't know why it brightens it up way much more. And make 2 rings of lanterns, with 2 quartz in the middle, or in the middle of each donut ring, with some jungle trapdoors on the side. Wait, that looks kind of bad. You can put like some black concrete behind it as well, or some other concrete variant, because yeah, to give it more texture. But that's hyperfixating on the details. And yeah, that's basically the build. Let me see if another cat appeared. Do we have luck? And so yeah, this has been Guido with the Zaza farm, and yeah, if you wanna see the Squid Game build, maybe let's shoot for 50 likes, and I'ma see you all in the next time. Drink some water and take care of yourself. Zaza farm base Zaza farm, super Zaza or Zaza farm, Zaza farm base Zaza farm.